Well, before I talked to you about this weekend, I was going to ask you about being named one of the final three. When you went to as a freshman to see Jamie Lee at that banquet, did you ever think in your mind that someday you'd be going to the same thing yourself as one of the finalists? Or
You know what? It never really crossed my mind. It's
yeah,
obviously such an incredible honor, and watching Jamie Lee win that award when I was a freshman, it just puts it in the back of your head that that is a possibility for a team like Clarkson to
yeah.
create such great talent. And I'm just incredibly honored to first of all be in a group of such amazing skill and amazing talented players, and just get a little bit of recognition and be in that top three is pretty exciting.
And one difference, obviously, when you came in, like you were a good player coming in, but I remember she came in, she was like already like a big star. Do you feel like you're a little different kind of story than maybe she was, just because you've just developed as a player from day one to now, kind of thing? Where
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I came in and I had to redshirt my freshman season, so it was a lot of work in the off season, working with my coaches, and just trying to get back to that level of play that I expected for myself and trying to reach my potential. So when I came in as a freshman, I had a little bit of a slower start, but I have had great coaches and great players surrounding me in my 4 years here. So I've definitely just kept my nose to the grindstone and kept working. And over my time here, my play has really evolved, and I've gained a lot of confidence as a player. And I think finally in my senior season here, I'm just kind of at the peak of my career and just playing the best hockey I've ever played.
I was curious too about you. I talked to you before we got on camera about the injuries you had in the past. The first time you got injured, what was kind of going through your mind at the time? Did you think it was no big deal, and or how what was that experience like to be that young and have like an injury?
Yeah, it was the first time I had ever had a serious injury, and I remember I tweaked it in practice a couple weeks prior to the actual injury, and I was kind of shaken up about it, and then it actually happened. I tore my ACL in a game, and I remember I could barely get off, and I was in a lot of pain. And then when I found out I had to have surgery, it was definitely something that put a little wrinkle in my plans, and I definitely felt like it might set me back and where I wanted to be, and with going to college and everything. But it's just something I've had to work through, and it's made me a stronger player because of it.
Yeah, I was curious about that part. Were you nervous that it would affect like recruiting? Like schools might wonder if you're going to be too risky or something, or
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first time I did it, I was 16, so I had a couple years before I was going to college, but I was definitely already in the recruiting process, and schools were looking at me, so I didn't want anyone to think that, or count me out, because I definitely still had those goals for myself. And then the second time I did it, obviously, I was already committed to Clarkson, and I tore my second ACL when I was 18, and I remember having to make that phone call to Coach Matt and telling them that I was going to have to redshirt because I was going to have surgery before coming in my freshman season, and it's just a terrible feeling.
Oh, wait, and when did you the second injury? Like, what month was it roughly? Like, was it before you came to campus then, or like?
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
tore my second ACL in May, and I was supposed to come to campus that August. So
Oh, okay.
I had surgery in July, and obviously I had about a month of recovery at home before I came to campus. And I was so lucky to get here and have great trainers and just everyone working with me to get better and get me back on the ice.
I was curious too, like the freshman year, or the real freshman year, not the one you weren't playing. What did you do to kind of try to stay involved with the team? Though, like, did you pick up tasks that you normally wouldn't do? Like, were you helping with video or anything like that, or how did you kind of keep active?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just wanted to immerse myself in the team as much as I possibly could. Obviously, I wasn't involved in the on-ice play, but, I was sticking around the rink. I was still watching video. I was helping out with, some of the equipment stuff, working with Logan, doing some video if the coaches needed that, and just trying to pick up any job I could, just, not only to keep myself involved, but to just learn about little things about the game. And I think sitting out that season was definitely one of the hardest parts of my career, but it also gave me a different perspective on things. And, when I came back, I was just really thankful.
And I was curious too, like how included were you? Like, did you get to go on road trips, or were you kind of stuck here on the weekends if they were on the road, or?
No, I was actually very lucky, very fortunate. I got to travel with the team. I did everything with the team, and once I came back after Christmas, I was actually finally cleared to practice. So I even got to practice with the team, even though I wasn't playing. So it wasn't as bad as I made it seem.
I was curious too, just how weird is it to kind of have two separate senior classes you're part of? Because I remember you were in all the photos last year with the seniors, even though you were coming back. Is it kind of unique that you sort of have two different senior classes you're a part of here?
Yeah, I've been so fortunate. I mean, the four girls that I actually spent most of my college career with, who graduated last year, were just great players and great individuals. And then the four that I get to be a part of a senior class with this year, I've become really close with them, and they've just been so great to kind of accept me into their class. They had a tight knit class before, I tried to weasel my way in there. So it's been nice.
I was going to ask you too about just kind of obviously still some games coming up, but down the road, like what would you like to be doing next year at this time of year, hockey wise? Like, do you want to try play pro hockey somewhere? What's kind of your hockey goals after Clarkson?
Yeah, I haven't really put too much thought into it yet. I'm just trying to kind of focus on my last games here as a Golden Knight, but I definitely don't think I'm ready to give up the sport just yet. I know there's a lot of different opportunities for me next year, and it's just going to be a matter of picking the one that's best suited for me.
And do you think the fact that you had such a good year this year help even like with national team type stuff? Like I don't know what your status has been in the past with them, but do you feel like this could get you in the mix, possibly being a Canadian team down the road in like a World Championships or something? Or
Yeah, I mean, all you can do really is go out and play the best hockey that you can play, and if someone notices that, then that's definitely very lucky. But like I said, I've mainly just been focused on my goals here at Clarkson for right now, and just trying to do everything I can to make my team here successful before really thinking about anything else.
I guess the last thing to ask about was obviously this Saturday will be the last time you get to play a game in Chill Arena. Is that kind of sunk in yet, or what's your thoughts about?
Yeah, it's definitely crossed my mind. I think I'm so lucky to have had 4 years of playing in one of the best arenas in college hockey. I mean, I'm a little biased, but it's definitely been so much fun, playing in front of an incredible local crowd, incredible fans, a good student section, an awesome pep band, and nothing beats scoring a goal in Shield. So hopefully we can get a couple more of those in my last game here this weekend.
All right, thanks, guys.